I'm Racers Marshall Pruett. It is Friday around noon here at Portland International Raceway, start of the two-weekend final swing for the NTT IndyCar Series here on the West Coast. We have a single IndyCar practice session today, kicking off at 3 p.m. local Pacific time, 6 Eastern, runs about 75 minutes. So we'll see what happens here. We've got Juri Vips making his IndyCar debut in that number 30 Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing Honda. Not making his debut, but making his return, his second IndyCar event. For Tom Blomqvist, Meyershank Racing, we're getting more of a glimpse of young Tom. Actually, he's like 30, so he's not that young, but Tom, that'll be with them full-time, full season next year. So can't wait to get things rolling. 2 new drivers-ish there coming in. Some others who are getting into their final full-time career races. Helio Castroneves, Tom's teammate this weekend. Again, if you love yourself some Helio Castroneves, come say hello, come see him here or in Monterey next week. We're going to get him back for a couple more Indy 500s, but we'll be saying farewell to him. Cool thing, won't go all the way into this, but Juri Vips wrote about him this week. Bit of a issue last year using the N-word, and that really caused his career to crumble. Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing want to give him a second shot, though. He's been through a lot of sensitivity training and learned from that. Wrote about that. Thing that I'm looking forward to happening is the team's really interested in him, just getting to know more people, maybe getting over to the USF Pro Championships presented by Cooper Tires paddock, meeting some of the good folks at Force Indy there. Not for media, not for any exposure, no cameras, any of that, just truly about trying to get him more ingrained into American culture and the full breadth of who we are. So a lot of respect to RLL for wanting to make sure that Juri is taking as many positive steps in his life and career as possible. So big respect to RLL for that move there. We have a change this weekend in the championship leading number 10, Chip Ganassi Racing Honda, driven by Alex Palou, who very likely could be clinching his second IndyCar championship this weekend. Just needs to have basically a good weekend, and it'd be pretty hard for his teammate Scott Dixon to catch him. But we will have a change this weekend and next on the timing stand as I kick the tripod here because I'm a professional. Change on the timing stand. Barry Wanzer, one of our beloved brothers of this paddock, fighting cancer. This is something that told me about a couple weeks ago, kept private. He and his wife Lori decided to make that public. They've shared some posts on Instagram and Twitter and whatnot. So Mike O'Gara, long-standing member of the Chip Ganassi Racing team, phenomenal guy, super veteran race strategist. He'll be on the 10-car stand helping to guide Alex over these last 2 weekends of the season. But we will absolutely be thinking about Barry, not only sending him our love, but praying for him. Even have a little note here. I haven't listened to the audio, but I hope you can hear. It's pretty loud in the media center from his driver, Alex Palou. So why don't we just run that real quick? But just so you know, bit of a change, bit of an important thing, right? Haven't clinched the championship yet. You wouldn't think you would want any kind of structural change to the team around you. Barry was hoping to have the surgery start just right after the season finale, but doctors wanted to move that up. That made this surgery necessary right now. Looks like everything's going well from what they posted on social media, but knowing that they chose to get this going right now, that means that Mike O'Gara is coming in to help be the strategist and oversee that number 10 entry for this event. So let's hear from Alex real quick. Hopefully the audio is good there.
Hey Barry, we're missing you, but we're following everything and how you're recovering. Unfortunately, I have Mike O'Gara in your seat. He's probably going to get fired after this weekend's job, but we'll try and wrap up the championship for you and celebrate together when you recover.
This really is a team that loves one another an amazing amount. Let's also talk about those USF Pro Championships. Simon Sykes, kind of sort of runaway leader in USF 2000. He just needs to finish ahead of his closest rivals. He will get crowned champion possibly today. Miles Rowe, also from the same team, Augie Pabst, the Pabst Racing team. Miles needs to, I think, put 8 points more on Kiko Porto from the D-Force Racing team, and he could be crowned champion late today. if all goes well for him. If not, there are 2 more races this weekend. It's a busy weekend, but this is the season finale for USF Pro Championship. So we're going to have champs to crown here. Can't wait to do that. Also, this is the farewell weekend for Cooper Tires. Been a massive part of the USF Championships for 14 years. When we talk about the millions upon millions of dollars given to the winners, the bottom level, middle level, top level, to head up to now Indy NXT by Firestone, all that money is coming from Cooper Tires, Anderson Promotions, in the past, not so long ago, Mazda. Just knowing that Cooper has really been an amazing friend to American open wheel racing. So hopefully, if you get a chance, send some love to them. Chris Pantani, who's been the program manager there, just truly, they give great gifts of so many champions who've won, made it to IndyCar using the money that Cooper, Anderson, and others have combined to help start the careers of so many. So that's one item here. We're going to talk to our guy Linus Lundqvist, Chip Ganassi Racing's newest driver, at the very end. Had some fun with him this morning. Let's talk about a little bit of silly season stuff, though. Obviously, Linus, which I told you about a couple weeks ago, is headed to Ganassi. That being confirmed this week. That is fantastic for him. Keep hearing, not formal final done, but keep hearing. Don't be surprised if we learn that Felix Rosenqvist, who I've mentioned in a couple of silly season stories recently on Racer.com, don't be surprised if you hear his name associated with Meyershank Racing. Another thing that I've only heard more and more this week is little Davey Malukas. Keep hearing he's going to be wearing papaya orange next year with McLaren. Here's the twist, though. None of that's been confirmed, but we also know they have a huge interest in Callum Ilott at Juncos Hollinger Racing. We revealed not so long ago that McLaren and Juncos are looking to do some sort of tie-up, maybe brand that number 77 Juncos Hollinger Racing Chevy as theirs, kind of a 4th McLaren entry. What would happen? Would Davey Malukas go to that number 6 Chevy straight at Aero McLaren Racing? Would they put him in that McLaren Juncos entry and take Ilott maybe and put him in that number 6 Chevy that Felix will be driving here this weekend and next? Not totally sure, but there's still a lot of silly season stuff going on, a lot of things to be confirmed, trying to stay on top of it. Wrote about this too, but I keep hearing this more and more. Romain Grosjean, could he be heading? I love those things. They're so farty. Could Romain be heading back for a reunion with Dale Coyne Racing? Boy, still plenty to figure out here. Silly season is alive and well. Practice coming here in a couple hours. Can't wait to get this penultimate weekend. We get to use that big dumb word, penultimate. We get to use that this weekend for IndyCar, Marshall Pruett. Let's talk to our guy, Linus Lundqvist, and then get the rest of our day going. I can't believe I get to say this. This is Chip Ganassi Racing's Linus Lundqvist. We got to respect the V. It's not Quist. It's not KW. It's QV. Linus Lundqvist. Son, it is September 1st here in Portland. I think roughly about a month ago, we were talking before you'd signed to do the 3 races with Meyershank Racing. You were still trying to figure out, am I going to have an IndyCar career after winning the Indy Lights Championship? Can you tell me about what might be the craziest roller coaster of a month, going from unemployed, should I give up, to driving for the best team in IndyCar starting in 2024?
I mean, it's unbelievable. Like you said, just a month ago, I didn't realize that I was going to make my IndyCar debut. I didn't know that I was going to be on the grid at all. To then firstly make my first ever IndyCar race, I was, over the moon with that. And then the next couple of weeks just turned into crazier and crazier stuff. And here we are, a couple of weeks later, official driver for Chip Ganassi Racing. I mean, I still can't believe that I'm saying those words. So yeah, it's going to take a long time for the smile to kind of dampen down, but incredible.
So faith being rewarded, though, really and truly is part of your story. So whether you believe in the Lord, you believe in good karma, or just the universe being good to you, This kid's a demonstration of show crazy talent, prove that you have something special, even if it wasn't received and acted upon by team owners right away. He has remained faithful and been rewarded for that. But tell folks about that, because there were points this year where you're saying, do I go back home to Sweden and make coffee for a living, or who knows?
Yeah, no, that was definitely it. And, it was not easy because there were many days that I wouldn't say I struggled to get out of bed, but obviously I questioned what I was doing because I gave it my everything, these last couple of years. And then obviously winning the championship, I thought, okay, all the hard work, then maybe now this is the chance. And then when nothing happened, you start to question yourself and,
Sure.
what you can do to make it happen. But then I said, I basically said to myself that I'm going to give it my all to at least be given a shot this year, because then I can go to bed either saying that, hey, we made it, or secondly, we didn't make it, but at least I gave it my all. And that's the only thing you can ask for. So that's kind of the mentality I had, but obviously there were some dark and gloomy days.
Tell us about family reaction to learning this. I haven't had a chance to look at all my morning Swedish newspapers and whatnot, but tell me about the reaction in Sweden as well, because we're trading one awesome Swede for another awesome Swede, Marcus Ericsson, going to Andretti Autosport, creating this opportunity for you. But what's the feedback been, either from your family or even just home among your countrymen and women?
Yeah, I'll be honest with the family when this happened, when we had the opportunity, there were quite a lot of tears that were shed, both from my side, honestly, and obviously my family's side.
He can pay us back finally.
Yeah, honestly, bank is not going to take over our home. No, but a lot of emotions because this journey started many years ago.
Yeah.
And I would not be here today without their support. And they came out to my first race in Nashville, and they were there for Indy as well. So it was good to have them there for that, and having to realize that this is now happening. It's incredible. And the intention or the attention that we've gotten back in Sweden from news and everything has been great. And I think that just shows that IndyCar in general has been getting a lot of push back home in Sweden, which is nice to see. Obviously, we have both Felix and Marcus to thank for that. And now I think I'm just kind of riding on that wave, and hopefully we can now start making some headlines of our own.
I love it. Let's close on this. So we're going to get to know him tons more. If you don't already know him, we've got a whole year ahead of us. He's going to be on the Ganassi timing stands, engineering meetings and whatnot this weekend, Laguna Seca, jump starting things. But tell folks, what's the most recent song or artist you've downloaded music from? Let's talk movies. Let's give folks an idea what you're into, so maybe they might know they have some more things in common with you.
Yeah, actually on my way to the track this morning, I was listening to my favorite band, which is Palou, and they're an Icelandic band with like blues rock kind
Who
of vibes.
doesn't love them?
Honestly, recommend checking them out. They're definitely good vibes. Movie, I think before I left, or on the flight here, I was watching a Star Wars movie. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Okay.
So it's like whenever I feel good, and when the announcement happened, I was just like, okay, I just need to kind of shut off for a second in here and just relax. And
Any particular Star Wars character you align yourself with or like more than others?
Jesus Christ, I mean, how can you not? I grew up watching the prequel, so I'm a big Anakin fan.
I'm
Obviously,
thinking Darth
Hayden.
Vader, because he's got black on black on black. Show me your black socks, too.
Did I see my underwear?
Oh, well, I saw that earlier. I can confirm that's black. But wow, all right. Barbie, Oppenheimer, what have you seen most recently?
I haven't seen any of them, actually.
Neither have I.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better because I've been getting a lot of shit from everybody else that I haven't seen it. But
I'm
yeah.
going to be in Indy in a couple weeks, so maybe we can tick those boxes. But what's out
a
now
date.
that you want to go see?
I want to see both Oppenheimer, Barbie. My girlfriend says she wants to go see Barbie, so I guess I'm going to have to take that. But
The answer
maybe we
is
can
yes.
go see Oppenheimer now.
All right. I don't know if I'm going to get my wife to follow all the way out to Indianapolis to make this a date night, but I see some possibilities. All right. Where can folks find you? No, come on in. We'll have a party. Where can folks find you on, I don't know if you're more of an IG guy or Twitter, but you need to start following him because this kid's going to be doing big things. Don't you start off with like an underscore L Lundqvist or something? Tell folks where to find you.
Yeah, so on Twitter, I'm Lundqvist_76, and then on Instagram, I'm Linus HF Lundqvist. And HF is like my middle name, Hans Frederick.
Wow.
So, yeah, there you go, a little bit more trivia about myself.
And your OnlyFans is? He's not supposed to answer that.
Okay,
Okay, so love this kid. Going to be following him. Truly, dreams are coming true right here with him. If you are on the American Open Wheel ladder coming up, USF Championships presented by Cooper Tires, India NXT by Firestone. You're not sure if you're going to get to the top, but you know you have talent. Look at him. Proof that it can happen, and it does happen.